Hello everyone, I am Dr. Lalit Sharma. Under the conference theme of Believing in a Brighter Future, I am going to present my paper Technological, Pedagogical and Content Knowledge among Teacher Educators. Technological, Pedagogical and Content Knowledge, or short form TPAC, is a teacher framework for making teaching learning process effective. As you know that we are living in the age of science and technology. These science and technologies have brought many challenges and opportunities like no other invention in the recent past. The world of education has also been greatly influenced by these increased use of science and technology. In order to ensure that our education system should not deviate from these increased use of a science and technology, there is a need of technopedagogues. So, transfer from teacher to technopedagogues, even it will not increase the teaching learning process of the teacher. In fact, teacher will bring the entire world into the classroom and make the student competitive for the international arena. Teachers are the greatest assets of any education system. They are acknowledged as the backbone of the whole education system. Even our Education Commission or the Kothari Commission 1964-66 has clearly said that no system can rise above the status of its teacher. Even experiences of the many developed countries reveal that if we provide the teaching training induction programs to the teachers, they can effectively teach to the students, as well as we should also provide even the teacher should be aware of the latest technologies, latest inventions. Only that teachers can effectively teach into the classrooms. So merely introducing the ICT, it does not guarantee that we are using the TPAC knowledge. We are teaching to the students with the help of TPAC competencies. So even meaningful use of a ICT demands the teachers to integrate the TPAC competencies. TPAC, basically technological, pedagogical and content knowledge, consists of three major areas. One is technological knowledge, second is content knowledge, and third is pedagogical knowledge. Technological knowledge means one should have, or teacher should have, knowledge of computer, multimedia, internet and increased use of tools and techniques of the technology. And second is the content knowledge. Content knowledge means the topic, the subject matter teacher has to teach into the class. So teacher should be aware of the ideas, theories, concepts of that particular topic and the established procedures and the evidences that proves that the particular content area. So this is all about the content knowledge. Third is pedagogical knowledge. Pedagogy means art of teaching and learning. Pedagogical, it is a wider concept. It includes the working philosophy of the teacher. It also includes the knowledge of the teacher for their students, how the students learn, the interest, the knowledge, the aptitude, the intelligent level of the student, even the personality of the student, growth and development of the students, inter and intra individual differences, or how to assess the student, how to evaluate the students. So these all the things, even the classroom management, classroom problems, how the teacher has to tackle, these all things that under the concept of the pedagogical knowledge. Or we can say that regarding the pedagogical knowledge, teacher should have sound knowledge of psychology, philosophy, teaching learning process. Then we can say that teacher have the knowledge of pedagogical knowledge. So these all the three things, technological knowledge, content knowledge and the pedagogical knowledge, is that makes the TPAC. So TPAC, basically we can see the history of the TPAC. So in the year of 1986, Schulman developed a teacher framework, teacher's knowledge framework, is called the PCK, pedagogical content knowledge. And after some years, in the year of 2009, Kohler and Mishra established the TPAC over the Schulman's model of a PCK. Means Kohler and Mishra, what they proved that they added that technological knowledge with the PCK pedagogical content knowledge model, which the Schulman have already developed in the 1986. So from that way TPAC came into existence. Next I talk about the research objectives of my study. My first research objective of the study is that to study the technological pedagogical knowledges and technological pedagogical content knowledge of teacher educators in the region of Haryana. This is my first objective. My second objective is that to study the TPAC competencies among teacher educators with respect to gender, even male or female. My third research objective is that to study the TPAC competencies among teacher educators with respect to locality. Means it includes urban or rural areas. My fourth objective is that to study the technological, pedagogical and content knowledge among teacher educators with respect to the stream. It includes arts and science. And my fifth objective is the to study the technological, pedagogical and content knowledge among teacher educators with respect to the type of colleges. Means at the one side government and government aided colleges, and on the other side is private colleges. Next I move to the hypothesis of my study. My first hypothesis is that a TPAC competencies among teacher educators of Haryana state is high. My second hypothesis is that there is no significant difference in the TPAC competencies among teacher educators with respect to gender, means male or female. My third hypothesis is that there is no significant difference in the TPAC competencies among teacher educators with respect to locality, means urban area or rural area. My fourth hypothesis is that there is no significant difference in the TPAC competencies among teacher educators with respect to stream, means arts or science students, science teacher educators. Number fifth is, my fifth hypothesis is that there is no significant difference in the TPAC competencies of TPAC competencies among teacher educators with respect to type of colleges, means government or government aided colleges or private colleges. Next I move to the sample of my study. I use the simple random sampling method in order to collect the data. The research respondents were the 200 teacher educators that were teaching in the different B.Ed colleges under many universities like Kurukshetra University, Kurukshetra, Maharishi Dayanand University, Rohtak, Chaudhary Ranbir Singh University, Jind, under the state of Haryana. Next I move to the tool or scale used. I use the standardized TPAC deep scale which was developed by the Yudkal in order to measure the TPAC competencies of teacher educators. This tool consisted of 33 items with 5 responses, such as strongly disagree, second strongly disagree, third is neither neither agree or disagree, fourth is agree, and fifth is strongly agree. Next I move to the statistical technique used. I use the descriptive analysis in order to interpret these results. After collecting the data, I use the descriptive analysis like t-test, mean of the score, standard deviations, Levenet test. So these descriptive analysis tools I used. Next I move to the interpretations of my result. So the first table 1.1 shows that the teacher shows that mean scores of teacher educator which is 4.4, which shows that all the teacher educators have the high TPEC competencies in Haryana state, which is 89.50, the table shows. So my first hypothesis is accepted, and next table 1.2 shows that, and my second hypothesis was that there is no significant difference in the TPEC competencies among teacher educators with respect to gender. And in this table shows that the mean scores of male teacher educator is 4.57 and mean score of female teacher is 4.89, which shows that TPEC competencies of female higher than the male teacher educators. So second hypothesis is rejected. Therefore, by concluding female teacher educators have moderately high TPEC competencies than the male teacher educators. My third hypothesis was there is no significant difference in the TPEC competencies among teacher educator with respect to locality, college, urban or rural. But in the table it shows that mean of the rural teacher educator is 4.43, whereas the mean of the urban teacher educator is 4.51. My third hypothesis, it also stands rejected, which shows that TPEC competencies among teacher educator is higher in comparison to the rural teacher educators. My fourth hypothesis was there is no significant difference in the TPEC competencies of teacher educator with respect to stream, arts or science. But table shows that after interpreting the result, mean score of art teacher educator is 4.26, whereas mean scores of science teacher educator is 4.74. So there is also a statistical difference. So this hypothesis is also rejected. That my fifth hypothesis is there is no significant difference in the TPEC competencies among teacher educator with respect to type of colleges. But my table shows that mean scores of private colleges teacher educator is 4.72 and government or government aided teacher is 4.22. After the result, it also shows the statistical difference. So my fifth hypothesis is also rejected, and by conclude I can say that there is a statistical difference in the TPEC competencies of private teacher educators and government or government aided teacher educators. Next I move to the major findings of my study. The first major finding of my study is TPEC competencies among teacher educators in Haryana state is high. Number second major findings is TPEC competencies among teacher educators with respect to female is moderately higher than the male teacher educators. My third findings of the study shows that TPEC competencies among teacher educators from urban background is higher than the rural background teacher educators. My fourth findings shows that TPEC competencies among teacher educators from science background is higher than the from arts background teacher educators. And fifth shows that TPEC competencies among teacher educators from private college is higher than the teacher educators of government or government aided colleges. Next I move to the conclusion of my result. So by conclude I say that the aim of my study is to assess the TPEC competencies of teacher educators of Haryana state, which is showing they have the higher TPEC competencies, but as well as results also shows that there is a statistical difference between the teacher educators with respect to the gender, with respect to the locality, with respect to the stream, and with respect to the type of colleges. So we have to find out these teacher educators, and we should provide the teacher inductions method, teacher training methods in order to use the effective TPEC competencies in their teaching process by these teachers. Thank you so much.